Mega swap deal for Marcus Rashford and Mr Osimhen with Napoli. Where did this come from? A bit of a bolt from the blue and a definite left field attempt here at getting a transfer deal over the line in January. This is real. This is happening. I'm going into details on what is going on with that. Where does Zirkzee fit into this? What's going on behind the scenes? I've just been sent a very, very interesting DM about what's going on at Manchester United as well. I've left it up to you guys whether I should read it to you in the poll on the live chat right now. I'm kind of guessing you're going to want to know, so kind of just a little bit of a spoof sort of question there for the poll to kickstart everything. The Ruben Amorim has been talking about Marcus Rashford. He's been talking about why he's not in the team. There is news coming out that he is going to be out of the squad again on Boxing Day. Nothing has changed in terms of Ruben Amorim's stance. We've got all of that information. An academy player signed up, things going on with Manchester United, what's happening in and around the football club, and a ton of transfer news and speculations to get through. And we are live. Welcome along, everybody. It is Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. I've got my drink here ready. The festivities are about to start, and we are about to get through everything we can before the big man comes tonight around Manchester United. He's in his red and white kit. He's going to be arriving later on, probably in the night. So let's get all of the necessary news and everything else out of the way. Not snooze, but news. I had an S in there as well. I know I've not been drinking yet. But we have got a lot to talk about, haven't we? My God, where did Osimhen, with a swap of Marcus Rashford, one player going either way, come from? Well, it came out before earlier on. And some people are actually saying right now, and this came out, I would say, about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, I think now. And since then, people have actually come out and said that terms have been agreed with Osimhen's agent for Manchester United. There is a growing confidence that this deal could get done in January. Manchester United looking to shift Marcus Rashford on ASAP is the word that we're being told. It's the word that is going around all of social media. We'll talk about what Ruben Amorim has said about Rashford in a minute, but let's get into the news and what's actually been said on Mr Osimhen and Manchester United. So it came from Graham Bailey. Napoli admire Marcus Rashford and are open to a swap deal. I mean, when you look at it, a swap deal for Marcus Rashford and Osimhen, it makes sense. If they're going to play with wide players, which we're not going to play with, then Rashford fits in. They want to get rid of Osimhen. Napoli don't want him. Conte wants him nowhere near the team. So he's definitely going in the summer. Manchester United, really, right now, are trying to steal a match. They have got an issue themselves in Marcus Rashford. They can offload to Antonio Conte at Napoli, and they can get a player in that they really want and need right now. Like Osimhen is a top striker. He is one of the best in the world right now, definitely off his last few seasons. Obviously, the big fallout with Napoli is why this player isn't signing any new deal or staying in Napoli. He is off on loan to Napoli, simply because on loan to Galatasaray, simply because it was a last-ditch deal and no one else was coming in for him at the end of the window. They were trying to sell him to the Saudis. He was going to go to Saudi, but there wasn't enough room in the Saudi clubs to actually take him within their quota of foreign players, so he couldn't make it over the line in terms of that deal. And Galatasaray came in with a loan deal at the last minute because their window ended a bit later than everybody else's in the summer transfer window, that is. Within that clause of that loan deal, Napoli, because they don't want to do dealings with Juventus are seen as the favourites to sign Osimhen in the summer, and Napoli don't want to deal with a rival. They want to do a deal outside of Italy if possible, and I've put a clause into Osimhen's contract, which is the loan to Galatasaray, that if any club comes in and meets their valuation in January, reportedly 62 million, then Osimhen can leave Galatasaray directly for that buying club, i.e. Manchester United step in, desperately trying to move Rashford on with no funds, and they can swap a deal across with Rashford going to Napoli, out of the way, done, finalised, no more Rashford at United, and a striker in that they need, and we're probably going to be bidding for in the summer early. Then you're going to be all over that, aren't you? There are talks about Zirkzee being a possibility as well. Napoli interested in Joshua Zirkzee. So could Zirkzee plus 30 million euros actually work for Mr Osimhen for Manchester United? Is that better for us? Is it better to get rid of Rashford? You let me know in the chat. What's the better deal on this one? Is it better to get rid of Rashford or Zirkzee right now? I feel sorry for Zirkzee. Rashford's had his time. If there's any opportunity to get rid of Rashford in the January transfer window, United have to be all over it. And if you can get someone of the quality of Mr Osimhen through the door in January, that would be one of the single best January signings ever made in the Premier League, because we know how difficult the January transfer window is. And we know that you don't get the best quality players there. If United pulled this one off, then wow, this would be a massive turnaround. And you can get Rashford gone in the same deal. That's big. Actually, that's massive for Manchester United, and would be one of Manchester United's best transfers in our history, I think, in terms of the situation, the timing, who's involved, what's actually happening, Rashford's wages. You pile it all together, this is a mega deal, this one. And people are actually on Twitter right now saying that the terms are actually agreed between Manchester United and Osimhen's agent. And that is crazy to think that is happening already, because that pushes it along the lines. We've got loads of people saying it. There's loads of accounts coming out with it right now that Osimhen could actually be on his way to Manchester United. Just another one here as well, coming from Italy on the Joshua Zirkzee one. Joshua Zirkzee is a potential target for Napoli, and they will be able to sell Victor Osimhen. It remains to be seen whether United are willing to let go of the Dutch striker. Will it push Manchester United to a point where they would get rid of someone like Joshua Zirkzee and say, we got it wrong? Is it all about Ruben Amorim? Look, all of the signings weren't for Ruben Amorim in the summer. There are players there that just don't fit his system. There are players at Manchester United that don't work for Ruben Amorim. And I feel like that is where we're actually at right now. And we're finding out very, very quickly that there are certain players that just cannot cope with the demands that he is asking. There's going to be more information on that as I go into the show as well, when we talk about what Ruben has said about Marcus Rashford, and in fact that DM that I've been sent as well, with some really interesting information on that as well, in terms of what's going on behind the scenes right now. But Osimhen, I think if we can get rid of Rashford for Osimhen, I think that's a very, very good deal for Manchester United. And you only have to, I think it's a no-brainer. I mean, there are people that wouldn't go near Victor Osimhen. There are people that say it's not the right striker. We'd rather go for Gyökeres in the summer. I get that. Gyökeres was my top target as well. But when you look at Victor Osimhen in January, and this is the only way that United could possibly get rid of Rashford as well, I mean, seriously, he is one hell of a player. I mean, you're talking one of the best strikers in Europe right now, and nobody can deny that. Nobody can even argue it. I mean, let's get his stats up for this season alone, just in Galatasaray. His stats for Napoli were outstanding, by the way, as well. It's a 25-year-old striker. Obviously, he's going to be 26 by the time we buy him. He's going to be 26 this week, actually. So, perfect age, prime striker, younger than Marcus Rashford. So, we can get this done without actually spending any money. Get rid of an older striker in Rashford who isn't doing anything, and get a striker in Osimhen, who has had 15 games this season and 17 goal involvements for Galatasaray, including 12 goals in that. And that tells you everything you need to know. He's been doing it in the Europa League. He's been doing it in the league. He's been doing it everywhere. Even when he's gone on international duty, scoring goals for Nigeria. And yeah, you've got to... Has my camera gone off? Bloody Nora. Okay, I'm sure you can still hear me anyway. But yeah, my camera went off for a moment there. Sorry, everybody. I wasn't even looking at my screen for a second. But I'm back, hopefully. Anyway, let me know if you can see me okay. Sorry about that, everyone. A little bit of a technical blip. Let's just say that. Keep the likes coming in as well, everyone, please. We're almost at 100 already. Absolutely loving that. Merry Christmas to everyone who has just joined in on the stream. We are talking Rashford. We are talking Osimhen. Is this the right move for United? If there's a possibility of getting Osimhen in January, is this the right move for Manchester United rather than waiting until the summer? Because this could help Manchester United salvage something within a season. Are them stats impressive enough for you to go Osimhen? Yes, it's a lot, isn't it? 12 goals and 5 assists in just 15 appearances for Galatasaray this season. This is a guy who is absolutely electric. Out and out number 9, which Manchester United, I don't feel, have got the best of. We've got Rasmus Højlund, and he is a great foil for Osimhen coming into this team. I think we can work around it. People have said, and I think the only downside to it is Gyökeres knows the system. He can come straight in and do what Amorim wants him to do. Osimhen has to learn it and learn it on the go. I mean, yeah, seriously, when you look at that, I get it. I understand it. But right now, I don't know if Man United can guarantee getting rid of Rashford. Sometimes you can't look a gift horse in the face. This is Marcus Rashford's opportunity to be out of the football club. I think that more than anything, is a massive plus point for Manchester United. And I feel like if we can make this happen, look, even if this doesn't happen, it just goes to show United are making a serious attempt now to try and move Marcus Rashford on. And we are definitely looking for the right type of striker going off the names that are being mentioned right now. So, yeah, I like the sound of it. I would take Osimhen in a heartbeat at Manchester United. He would change a lot of what is going wrong at Manchester United right now in the finishing department. He is just a 9. He doesn't do anything else. He moves across, he is over the top, he can hold the ball up, he is lightning quick, and he finishes. He has an instinctive finish, which is rare in football, and he is everything that we haven't got in our team right now, and would take the pressure off the likes of Rasmus Højlund massively and let him develop behind him. That's important, because if you look at that, so say for instance, he does come, and the bonus of this happening would be Victor Osimhen, 26, Rasmus Højlund, 21. 5-year difference. So Osimhen's got another 5 years minimum at the top of his game. Yep, going into 31. Yep, 5-year contract. Sign him up. In 5 years, Rasmus Højlund will be 26, just coming into his prime. A gradual sort of turnover. And if Rasmus is failing, you have got the younger generation of strikers coming through our academy at the same time as well. You could have Bayern Kerry in there, you could have Obi Martin come through in there as well, who are only teenagers right now also, 3 or 4 years behind Rasmus Højlund's development. So again, you've got a pathway, and you've got a conveyor belt there of strikers coming through at different generations that could change over at time, and you're solidifying and safeguarding that position for the next 10 years minimum with what you do here in one signing, because he is that good, and he's the right age, he's the right profile, he's everything that Manchester United are looking for, he's everything that Ineos are looking for, and everything that Ruben Amorim is looking for, and he's a no-brainer. It really is. So I want to get your opinions on this. That's just mine alone. You may completely disagree with what I'm saying there and want to wait for Gyökeres, but Manchester United, going off what has been said, are looking at Victor Osimhen anyway, and would be looking at bringing him in the summer. If you can get him now and get rid of Rashford at the same time, it has to be done, surely. You have to look at that as a real option right now, and I think that is where Manchester United's head's at. I really do. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel as well and get into the live chat. You can only be in the live chat if you are subscribed, so please do jump in there as well. Osimhen signing in January would be a waste, as he will be in the African Nations Cup for most of January. Look, January, when he comes in, we're going to have the tough games out of the way. We've got the other games then in the Europa League, which we should be able to navigate. We cannot think about the African Cup of Nations. It's not a waste of time. We have to look at the bigger picture in all of this here, I think, in that Osimhen comes in and we've got him for a good 3 or 4 months. That's it. African Nations Cup, just accept that it's there. If he comes in and he's away for that, then that's just it. But you still got him when he comes back. That's the difference right now. He's not going to be able to play these games coming up. He's not going to be able to play against Liverpool, Arsenal, and these games coming up, unless we sign him straight away, that is. But yeah, I'm not worried about the African Nations Cup. And this is a signing for the future, like I just said. And if this is the best opportunity to get him, you jump all over it right now. And like I also said, the big thing with this would be Marcus Rashford out of the door, no hassle as well. And that, I think, is why it's a clincher. It really is. 100% the right move, no hesitation for me. That's come from Mark. John says, Zirkzee is getting confidence? Question mark. It is the same Zirkzee we're talking about. I think that was replying to someone else. I'll be careful with that Napoli stats and Osimhen. Look at Zirkzee and McTominay flourishing in the Italian league. Point is, we're talking about the Turkish league here as well, and I know you can say that's even worse, but he's done it in 2 different countries right now. And if United don't buy him, yes, I'm going to say it again, one of the other big clubs in Europe will buy him, and he will be gone, absolutely gone in the summer. So this is an opportunity, and let's be honest, we are measuring up Gyökeres' stats from the Portuguese league and the Championship, so we could argue the same thing for him. What is important here is you've got a player in his prime who is scoring goals, who is a natural goal scorer, who has done it at the highest level in the Champions League as well as Serie A and in Turkey and in the Europa League as well this season. Not just the league stats that we're looking at here. We're looking at everything altogether. And that, I think, is key in all of this. At the highest level he performs. Osimhen is a Christian. He has stated that he has drawn inspiration from Sadio Mane, who helps his community in Senegal, and has said he wants to help disabled people throughout Africa. Sounds like a good character as well on top of that. And honestly, right now I'm not even looking at that, but that is a bonus as well, and some extra information there. This deal benefits everyone. Rashi will tear it up in Italy, where the tempo is slower, gives him a chance to get noticed by Tuchel. But you're dead right about that. In terms of Rashford's look on this, he would definitely be standing out in Italy as well. Quickly, before I go on to the next bit as well and get some more comments in, we've just been gifted 10 memberships by Modern Samurai, absolute legend, and that brings me on to the next one, because straight after the show tonight here on YouTube, we are doing a members special live Q&A show. So if you are a member, there is extra content coming straight after this live stream as well. So if you want to be part of it and join the membership, that is completely up to you. But we have got people that are always gifting memberships. So if you've got any particular question you want to ask me, we're having a chilled out Q&A session for the members straight after this live stream as well, everybody. So make sure that you do jump across there if you are a member. If you want to become a member, then the option is right there at the bottom of your screen. You just have to press join and look at the options there as well. Thank you, everybody. Early Christmas present from Modern Samurai there. 10 new members in the house. Just under 200 likes as well. And just under 1,000 people in the room again. I love it. Get your comments coming in. We need an experienced striker up front. United haven't got that at present. Very true, Rav. The man I've never had it, but is finished as a serious footballer now. Is that Rashford? Maybe. Could well be. Rather sell Rashford, use the money to sign a midfielder and a left back. Then, swap Zirkzee for Osimhen. Disagree, Luke. We need a striker. I think a striker has to be number one right now. We can't put the ball in the net. Even if we could argue with Ruben Amorim's system not working with this squad, we are creating chances and wasting glorious chances, in fact, in front of goal. So we need someone who is, if we are going to create, we need someone who's going to put the ball in the back of the net. And Osimhen guarantees you that. And he is an absolutely outstanding striker that we definitely will be better with than without. Yes, it's Rashford. He's cooked, says Patrick. Thank you for rectifying that. Martial would have suited Amorim's system. It's a shame he was just injury prone. Look, Martial is gone at this football club. He never was here at this football club, and it's pointless bringing his name up into any conversation about might have suited it. Rashford, again, another one, might have suited it if he could get himself in gear and actually feel like actually training properly, because Ruben Amorim has been talking, and that's what I want to move on to next. Ruben Amorim opening up on Marcus Rashford and telling us exactly what we are looking for and what we're expecting from every player at Manchester United. So I'm just going to read through some quotes here. First one came in from Rob Dawson of ESPN. Ruben Amorim tells Marcus Rashford that he won't get back into the Manchester United squad until he is the best that he can be. Adds that the other players understand his stance. Amorim again on Rashford. Like any other player, the best they can be. If you have big talents, a big performance, a big responsibility, a big engagement, push forward everybody in this moment. Some guys have big responsibility here because... I'm just going to read the rest of that there. Sorry. It's cut off my screen. Some guys, the best career... some guys have big responsibility here because they are here for a long time. This is maybe one of the lowest moments in our club. So we have to face it and be strong in this moment. He's asking the players to basically step up, is what he's doing there. But that there is, again, leaving Rashford out is my decision. He wants to play. He's trying. It's my decision. Only my decision. I'm doing things my way, and it's only one way. It's the only way I know. If I don't do that, I will lose myself. I know what I'm doing. That was from Romano's quote earlier on, Romano's tweet earlier on as well. And I think that was just basically what I was saying this morning. Someone asking the question about whether or not he needs to adapt his style to suit the players. Well, no. The players need to step up, and he isn't going to move away from it. That's the best quote that any Manchester United fan can be hearing right now from Ruben Amorim. in that he isn't going to let these players off the hook by dropping a different system in there that suits them just to get results over the line. He said it in his first game against Ipswich. If you change now and you don't stick to what you've won and what you know, you'll be back here in a year's time talking exactly the same way. We're going to have to go through the short-term pain for the long-term gain. And I'm glad he's come out and said that. It's a brilliant quote. And I think every United fan should be excited by that quote. Because it is important that he does stick to his philosophy, sticks to his principles and what he expects from these players and how he wants them to play. It's quite clear that some of them are not up to the task, and he's calling them out on it as well. Gifted memberships from Kaz and London as well. Welcome to the members club, everybody who has been donated. We've got 12 new members on the stream alone. You will be able to join us straight after this live show on the members live Q&A as well here on YouTube, so make sure you do jump across if you've got any big questions. You can be talking anything United right now. Osimhen doesn't have attitude problems. Manchester United FC has been blown up. We're talking attitude problems. Have we not got the biggest ones in our team already? No, he hasn't got attitude problems at all. The fallout was caused by Napoli, not him, if you remember rightly, and why. By Osimhen ASAP. Yes, indeed. And with that one, yes, get a player that fell out with his club as your main target. Comical. Yeah, again, if you look into the actual story, don't just read the headline, then you will understand why he is the right target. Oh, God. And yeah, because it didn't work with one club, it's never going to work with any other club. Yeah, okay. That's the reason not to buy him. Oh, God. I would rather target Amorim-style wingers than a striker, says Modern Samurai. I disagree. Striker. Striker, striker, striker. Finisher. Guaranteed goal scorer to take the pressure off everybody else in trying to learn this system is everything right now. We are creating chances and not putting them away. The other players will come in. The other players will happen. And we will move forward. But right now, we have to look at what is important. Other positions in this team will get rectified and sorted. We know it. We need someone who's going to put the ball in the back of the net to give us time and win games. Like Amorim said, you earn time through winning games. We should have been a lot more competitive than we was in the games that we've lost recently. We just don't take chances. It's as simple as that. If someone puts that chance away, it gives someone else a little bit more time to adapt to the system because the pressure's off. We're winning games. But while we keep on losing games, everybody's scrutinising every single part of every player's game. And that's a problem that's happening to all of this squad at the moment. We need to be scoring goals. We need to be getting results as well as learning this system. It's learning on the go. So, yes. That's where I get what everyone's saying and the concerns. I said this many times before, haven't I? Like, everybody's concerns are embedded just because of how Manchester United have been before. We cannot help but feel worried about Manchester United constantly whenever we're making a signing. I get it. I do. Dortmund's goalkeeper Kobel. Modern Samurai, you're dead right about that because there is a story on that as well. There is plenty of transfer stories out today. In terms of Kobel, Manchester United wants Gregor Kobel to rival Andre Onana next season. Amorim highly rates Kobel and he suggested him to the board for next season. If that is the case, then he can come in straight ahead of Onana. Never mind compete with him, a keeper that can actually help Manchester United rather than hinder us. Because Ruben Amorim himself has actually said that you can feel the nervousness in the air, you can feel the anxiety when Onana gets on the ball. Straight away, that is the backbone of your team. If that is not working or people are worried about that, then you have got a big problem. Rectify it. Own up to your mistake. It's going to be United that own up to this one. Ten Hag and Murto and co. But still, when you look at it, Ineos again are trying to fix problems that was there before. And I think this is the best opportunity to do it. They can just say, look, that wasn't us. We're just dealing with the mess. We want to move forward from this point here. The players that they have brought in have, majority of them, been decent. But there are lots of players that need to be out of this football club as well. And it's a good opportunity for Manchester United to wipe the slate clean and say that was before, this is now, this is our signings now. Let's judge us in 3 years when these signings have had their time. So yes, I think that's the best way to look at it. I really do. Over 1,000 in the room. Cheers, everybody. We're on the road to 300 live likes. Thank you. We still got plenty of time. We may even make 400 live likes today, which is epic. Everyone in the chat like the video, and we are on our way. Jonathan Dayton says, I don't think we need to replace Onana. No coincidence that new manager, new system, and players not knowing what they are doing in front of him, and the mistakes have come back. Sorry, mate. No, I disagree. If anybody's hitting a ball, that P-rolling back pass that Gibbs White scored at my keeper, and he's moving out of the way of it, I'm worried that was there before. It's not going to change. It really isn't. Just honestly, watch his dive for the penalty at Bournemouth, by the way. Watch his dive. And then come back to me again. You don't pick up on it because the penalty goes in and it's doom and gloom. And no one really expects the goalkeeper to save a penalty. But just watch how easy he makes it. Oh my God. Seriously. It's pathetic. It really is. Onana, gone. See you later. Osimhen, Napoli, Lookman, Atalanta, Frimpong, Leverkusen, Hernandez, Milan, Davis, Bayern are my main targets. Not so much Lookman. Frimpong, I think, has passed. Could go back for him, though. You never know. Mr. Dassis and there. Osimhen is without doubt a star on top of the Christmas tree. This will also take the pressure off Rasmus. Our situation improves greatly straight away with him in the side. United get it done. Yeah, on that one again, if you are just joining us and wondering why we're talking about Victor Osimhen again, there are several reports going around. Some people even saying that a deal has been agreed in personal terms already with Osimhen's agent and Manchester United. Not sure if that's guaranteed, definite or not, but you have to look at everything that has been said and go, it kind of does fit, doesn't it? Rashford to Italy. No money exchange for either club. Just wages to deal with. I think both clubs can handle the wage situation. We are in a position here where we can kill two birds with one stone and rectify a big issue and a problem that we've got in our own team. So yes, that's what we need to be looking at, I think, and taking serious in this one. I think United need to be all over it. Osimhen 25, Gyökeres 27. Well, no, Osimhen is 26 in, 3-4 days? And yes, Gyökeres did just turn 27, I think, as well. So, yeah, Osimhen will be 26 before the year turns. His birthday is the 29th of December, so he will be 26. As much as Rasmus runs, he could put him out on the wing. Nah, definitely not. Modern Samurai, that is a no-go. I don't think he can play anywhere else but 9. I wouldn't even try and shoehorn him in. In terms of the poll that we've just done, 91% of you said I should tell you the message that I just got. I'm not going to tell you who this message came from or anything like that. But in terms of what I've just been told, well, this is it. I'll read it out to you now. I can't remember what game it was now, but Garnacho was just basically looking at the ground when Amorim was giving him instructions before coming on. He then basically did the complete opposite. Yet Rashford has completely shown his ass, and basically most people think he is a complete immature D-head. With Garnacho, Amorim basically gave him a massive bollocking in front of the whole squad for not following instructions and tactics. The feeling is that it's a strong one that Rashford and Garnacho can't fit anywhere into Amorim's system, and he's not about to shoehorn them in or carry any players that don't fit. He wants to get rid of both of them. Just what I have been told. Not telling you where that's from, but again, we don't need people to be telling us stuff like that. We can actually see things like this happening. Look, he's given Rashford a chance in 2 positions. He's played Garnacho in that 10 role, hoping that he can jump onto it. And when I said before, and how important this is, when I said before, when you look at Ahmad's situation and him being a nightmare now for the likes of Rashford and Garnacho, because he has cottoned onto it. So Garnacho has been given a chance. He's been given instructions. He hasn't carried them out. He doesn't look like he was interested in carrying them out. Marcus Rashford has not shown any interest either in this. In training, he's not put the effort in. Amorim has said this. It's his decision on bringing Marcus Rashford back in. He's not going to shoehorn players in. So Rashford had a chance. He isn't going to play him anywhere else. He's going to play players that fit his system. So even just going back to what Modern Samurai said, that is basically saying that no one is going to play out of position to a point where they cannot do the basics in that role. And Rashford failed at 9, failed at 10, out of the squad, wrong attitude because of it, not coming back in. The report's saying that the sources close to Marcus Rashford are saying that he's out of the game against Wolves as well. If that's the case, then you give up. You give up. Like, seriously, that's 4 crucial games that Marcus Rashford has missed now. 2 of them games we have lost. If we lose to Wolves and he has been absent for all of these games, people can argue all they want that Amorim made a mistake in leaving Rashford out. He could have made a difference. We all know Rashford wouldn't have made a difference in them games. We all know that he may have just done something out of the blue, but Ruben Amorim is sticking to what he said there in that first opening piece he said. He's saying, basically, that he's not going to move away from what he knows, otherwise he'll lose himself. So anybody that doesn't fall in line with it is going to be isolated or sold on. And I can fully believe and understand why he wants Garnacho out and why he wants Rashford out in January, because they're not fitting into what he's doing. He's given them both a chance. Other players, and let's not forget, people always come back at me and say, these players need time. These players need to be given a chance to understand the system and given an opportunity. I understand the system. I'm not a professional footballer. We think sometimes we forget that these guys are paid a monumental amount of money. They are professional footballers. They should be able to understand any system in the world. They've been brought up learning football formations, systems, phases of play, everything. It's all they know. They have to be able to understand this. And if they cannot get to grips with it instantly, like a lot of players have, there's no excuse for them. Ahmad has done it at wing-back and excelled. He's now been pushed forward into 10. He's still excelling. Rasmus Højlund looks like he gets it. He needs fine-tuning and turning into a better striker, yes, but he gets it. Mason Mount did, sadly, out injured and has really caused Amorim a problem right now. Agate gets it completely. The back line look like they're getting it, but I do believe that is Amorim's fault in rotating too much and changing that back line. And I think that has hampered us a little bit. But still, he is going to always stand by what he believes in. And if the players don't, then I am completely happy with that. Completely happy with that. And yeah, that's it. MB says, no, you didn't, Adam. I'm happy someone has now told you about Nacho. You only go in on Rashford. Nacho is a spoilt brat. He must have gone with Rashford, with the snake and Bruno. I do go in on everyone, mate. That's a lie, because I do slag every player off when they have a bad game. I go in on Rashford because Rashford deserves it. Nacho, yes, I think he has done better than Rashford this season, but still, I ain't got a problem in slagging him off. I think he has been poor in most of his games. And he's been dreadful since Ruben Amorim arrived. Well, not since he arrived, but he's been dreadful in the last few games that he's played for Manchester United. He's not saying anything. He's not doing anything right. He's not doing anything that's... he's not doing anything that's what Amorim wants him to do, and he's basically fallen out of favour because of it. And if you cannot get to grips with what he wants, it looks like it's a clear message that doesn't matter. See you later. You're out of the team. Simple as that. Unless you want to prove to me in training that you want to do it and you want to progress and work harder, then you are not going to move forward at all. And that is why we're in the situation we're in right now. And both of these players look like they could be sold in January. So, yeah, I'm happy for it. I am. I want to come into the comments now, so get your comments flying in, everybody. Over 300 likes. Love it. Thank you, everyone. Bruno says, loving the ruthlessness of Ruben. Darren says, Ghana isn't even worth Kravas left foot. Kravas? Okay. First time we have had a strong manager since Fergie. Absolutely fantastic, says Simon. I think this is the best way, isn't it? By the way, according to the stats, Anana is better keeper than Cobble. Yeah, we know that he's not. Stats, again, are them. Like, Anana's Golden Glove this season, by the way. I know. Check that one out. But still, I'm not rating him. I really don't rate him. Should we promote Chido Martin? Super chat from Seville. Not yet. I don't think yet. He hasn't played enough in the academy yet, I don't think. Even though he has got a hatful of goals already this season and he's killing it at under 18s. Let's not forget record goal scorer at academy level, Obi Martin, for the under 18s group of all time in the Premier League. So that's what we've got yet to come through. So hopefully that does actually come through and actually work for Manchester United, and we do get to see Obi Martin on the pitch prospering at some point. But like I said before, if you bring in someone like Osimhen at 26, then you've got Højlund coming through at 21 into that area. Like, that's the next 4 or 5 year gap between. You can enhance Højlund, you can enhance Kobe behind Højlund. The general pathway and that conveyor belt of strikers coming through, that's what Manchester United need to start getting back to. Like, the recruitment side of things needs to be a continuation of players coming into the team. And when players drop out, you've got someone else to come through. If they don't work or you feel like you need to sell them on and make maximum profits and run like a proper football club, you've got someone else to step in then who is developed. We did used to do this. We did used to be a football club, but not anymore, it seems. But Ineos are trying their best to try and bring it back. Let's see. Why on earth did we get rid of De Gea? That was Ten Hag. I thought it was right to get rid of De Gea, but it proved to be a poor decision in the end because we could have used that money elsewhere. I just feel like De Gea at the time, as much as I said we need to move past De Gea, and I still stand by that, it could have waited another year and we could have just dealt with the situation that was necessary, which was midfield. You could have not bought Onana, kept De Gea, not bought Mount and brought in bleeding Declan Rice for the money that we paid for Onana and Mount. And let's look at the situation. Are Mount and Onana really enhancing Manchester United? That summer was a disaster for Erik Ten Hag and has really hampered us in what we could have got in, I think, more than even the plays that we did get in, sorry. Red Baron with a super chat. Amorim's system seems highly technical, but our players aren't too smart to take instructions on. It also has affected our previous managers. Again, like, how have Manchester United allowed these players, so-called professional players, the opportunity to rule the roost and actually dictate what happens on that pitch? It is appalling, and I'm not surprised that we have got so much kicking off right now because Ruben's come in and he's just said, shut up, sit down, and don't even bother trying to tell me how this is going to run, or moan or bitch that you're not in the side. If you're not willing to put it in, then sling your bleeding hook, is what Ruben is saying, and I love it, absolutely love it. Just to give you an idea of what Ruben has been saying, again, if you missed it earlier on, Ruben Amorim and what he wants to see from Rashford, like any other player, the best that they can be. If you have a big talent, a big performance, big responsibility, push forward everybody in this moment. Some guys have a big responsibility. They're here, because they are here for a long time. So basically, what Ruben Amorim has said is Marcus Rashford is the most senior figure at Manchester United, yet he shows nothing in helping other players out. That's what I'm taking from that. He has a responsibility to be a leader, and he's not. He's not willing to put the work rate in or do things that he hasn't been doing over the last 5 years. Amorim's trying to make him do it, and this is why, going off the reports, we are going to see Marcus Rashford left out of a matchday squad for the 4th game in a row. It's crazy. Theo Dallo's spending Christmas Eve helping LifeShare, a homeless charity in Manchester. Manchester is a city with a strong sense of community and compassion. I have lived here for over 6 years now, and I am proud to call this city my home. Well said, Dallo. Well said, son. Shame about your performances on the pitch at the moment, but great work off it, if anything. Dallo is a stand-up character, he is, but these are them decisions that we sort of got ourselves stuck with, isn't it? And they are the ones that we are too sentimental. We are thinking of the nice guy. We're thinking of, we can't lose him. He's good for the club. It's not good for us watching on a Saturday and a Sunday every week getting dicked at Old Trafford. It's not, is it? That's what we have to look at right now. We have to be harsh. We have to be harsh in our decisions. I think Ruben is prepared to do it. So, yeah, just to go over everything again there from what we've been talking about. Osimhen to United, Rashford to Napoli, or maybe even Zirkzee to Napoli and money with a swap for Osimhen. Some people even saying that Osimhen's agent has agreed personal terms with United already. Napoli are willing to do a deal with United on a swap basis. So maybe United won't even have to fork any money out for Osimhen and Rashford goes the other way. This could be absolutely mega if it comes off. Absolutely mega. And would be massively impressive if United could get this done. Yes. Right. Okay. Also, quickly, again, if you are a member, right after this live show, we are going to be jumping across to a live members-only Q&A. That is going to be starting in the next few minutes. But all that's left for me to say here right now is, and please do join the members section if you want to come across. The join button is right there at the bottom of your screen. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all new subscribers. There's been a few that have joined while we've been live. Absolutely love that. Thank you so much again for all of your comments, all of your contributions. Please do click on the link if you want to be a member and join the live show coming up in a minute. We're going to do a quick Q&A over there. Merry Christmas, everybody. There won't be any live content tomorrow. There is pre-recorded stuff coming out at 12 o'clock, a special one. But I'm having a day off tomorrow. It's Christmas, and I think I deserve it. I'm just going to say that. I'm not letting United ruin Christmas anyway. Unless something absolutely crazy comes out. But please, United. Even United couldn't do this to us on Christmas Day, could it? It couldn't. Surely not. And yes, that is it for now. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. And I will see you all over in the members live show in just a few minutes. Thank you, everybody. Give the video a like on the way out. That should take us to 400 live likes. And make sure you have subscribed to Forever United TV as well. And that is us all finished. Thank you, everyone. And I will see you all in a moment if you remember. And tomorrow I won't. I'll see you all on Boxing Day. Have a great Christmas, everyone. Love to all. I will see you later.